Pandit Sant Samaj has to take initiative. And we just need to declare them that they are Hindu. Let them fight. If you adopted everything for, then what for reason you are different? We need to be far more aggressive than we are.
Before the next question, we have with us Dr. Anant Lakshmi Garu and Dr. Vallishwar Garu. We are delighted to have you both to be part of the audience. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you.
Namaste ji, my name is Prabodh. This is a subset of the temples. During the Nizam time, there were a lot of private temples in Hyderabad. So if you look at Dargah, like very close by here, that's a 30-acre campus. Okay, so what can, like at that point of time, any utsav that was done used to create issues with the other community. So there is, these temples were restricted only to family worship only. So there are hundreds of those temples across Hyderabad. Okay, we ourselves own about a 1 acre thing in Amirpet Crossroads. Okay, that's worth 150 crores. What should we do with these temples? The ownership is with the God, and it is as per the endowments. But it is run by the family. We are the hereditary title owners. So can you give some suggestions how we can be helpful to society?
As I said, there are many activities which mandirs need to take for the people around them. I'll give examples of how do we connect the culture, bring back the culture to the mandir. I know there are a lot of people who will like to teach traditional dance form or a music or the art. They don't have a place. Why don't you offer them space? I haven't seen the mandir, I'm just saying. There are many such things which people will like to do. There are students who want to study, coming from small families, they don't have a place in the house to sit and study. Why can't we fund, give them a space, you know? And that is, those are small things, you know. Then only people will start feeling that they belong to the mandir and mandir should belongs to them. So just need to think, you know, you look at a surrounding area, you'll realize that there are hundreds of such issues, which a mandir can be a cause of solution to those problems. You know, and I think these are small steps that you need to start, and when you connect with the local community, you will have an answer coming from them. Because sitting here and anybody here can't give you an answer to this, because the problem is very localized, the solution has to be very localized. Just connect with the community around the mandir.
Shubhodaya Sandeep Mahodaya or Shubhodaya Lingamurthy Mahodaya. I have a question for Lingamurthy ji. So I use a word called IIT, integration of IIT, like integration of institutions, I would say integration of industries plus institutions, that is educational institutions, plus technology. I mean, that is what integration of IIT is totally missing in India. It's totally missing in India because that is how, if you see US, all these Stanford, every university is integrated with the government, with the institutions. That is how the AI models, everything is coming up. So what are the steps we can do? Like for example, when we are not at all in the space situation and all, right, we enforce their law to have our own ISRO kind of thing, right? So how we can bring that kind of nature in India, because AI is like a devil now. It is going to eat the entire market for sure. Entire humans, in fact, not at all market, entire humans, entire brains also. So it is going to spoil the entire brains also. So what kind of, I would say, ordinance approach, like government ordinance approach, we should adopt to bring that integration of IIT here?
Already, Government of India has brought out National Education Policy 2020. The National Education Policy talks about all the questions you have raised. Each and every education institution should connect with the community, and every education institution should have collaboration with the industry, and students should have internship with the industry, and students should connect with the community. So this integration already is being in the process through the NEP 2020. So government already started this. This is the answer, or you are expecting more?
Industry and institutions are integrated,
yes,
in a way, but the technology is not, like the technology firms are still not integrated. So for example, I was part of IIIT where the Bharat GPT was launched. So when I had a question on that Bhashini, which is part of Bharat GPT, is able to answer questions on 14 different languages, but still the LLMs and data sets are trained on the foreign data sets, and the application is hosted on the Google Cloud platform. So there is nothing Bharatiya in that. It is not hosted on Ola Kutrima. It is not hosted on Swadeshi.
That's what I told. We have missed the bus during the third industrial revolution, where we had to play active role in the computer development all. Now it is the time we should not miss the bus. Our youngsters are enough capable to adopt all kinds of technology. I'll give you one example. When we went to Geneva for the attending 12th Ministerial Conference, myself and Professor Ashwini Mahajanji, both of us went for having some kind of snacks. We went to some big shopping mall, and we want to pay through the swiping or scanning. They said we don't have any swiping or scanning. You have to give hard money. Then we had to walk 1 kilometer to get money from the ATM, and we came back. Then immediately myself and Ashwiniji were laughing. What this country is. If you go to small temple, our beggar will have UPI in front of temple, and he will take money through the scanner itself. This big shopping mall doesn't have any scanner or swiping. So means, what I mean to say, our uneducated, even beggar also is adopting the technology. And now we have much more educated youth to change the AI policies. And we have to take active role in adopting AI policies, and we have to change as per our requirement. That's what adopt, adapt and reject. And whatever the requirement is there, or whatever the existing thing is there, if it is suits in your land, then adopt. If you need any kind of change, you adapt. If you don't need, then reject. So this kind of policy should be properly understood by each and every educated person, particularly in IITs and engineering colleges, so that we can lead the AI technology in 21st century. And we should be the boss in AI. We should not miss the bus. Thank you.
Esteemed Chairman Rahul Shastriji, dignitaries on the dais, dear participants. I am Professor Priyesh from Kerala University. So here, just talking about temple economics, I am from a state, Kerala. There in 50s we had a chief minister. He was telling, if we destroy a temple, that means superstitions can be eliminated from the society, and we can cultivate tapioca, means a tuber crops, and we can remove poverty also. So the twin benefits. Such was the situation, and I am hearing about temple economics only because of my discussion with the Lingamurthy ji, because we are friends. So this is a good idea. That's I am getting that was the level that we had a discussion then, and from that is a revolution, and destroying temple and cultivate tapioca and eliminate poverty and eliminate superstition. So from that level, so this is a good idea. And Sambit Kendra is, we have a Kerala, we have Bharatiya Vichara Kendra is for reconstruction and for Bharat. So that way the same institution is functioning there. So my question is, my comment is, so our in Kerala lifestyle means, not Kerala, in Bharat, our end mission is to achieve God Paramatma, so moksha. So and to have that life, to achieve there and reach there, we shall be oriented towards the temple economy. Means in Kerala, because another point, because we shall dedicate ourselves to God, and we had the festival Travancore state. Harishchandran mentioned about, there in 18th century, the kingdom of Travancore was dedicated to God, that we got Trippadidana. The kingdom is dedicated, and then their family is dedicated, and the Raja accepted Padmanabha Dasa as a servant of God. That way they ruled the country, and they could prevent. So this way, if we dedicate ourselves to God, and the center point is temple, then our life will be free of corruption. We shall have the aim or that intention in our mind to grab money, corruption, then doing nonsense. So we shall be purified, our mind shall be purified, and life path will be very clear and correct. And the society and our Atma will enable us to reach God. So that's a good idea. So that's one of the ways that we can remove our corruption, malpractice, so grabbing money, others' wealth. So this is a good idea. So this is I got this idea, and my Sunday is largely benefited. I am here because of Lingamurthy ji. So this is a Paramatma can be achieved. So if we follow this temple economy, it's a temple economy. Thank you.
हेलो, नमस्ते भाई साहब, मैं सिद्धांत शुक्ला यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ हैदराबाद का स्टूडेंट हूँ जी। आजकल विकास के लिए हम लोग एसडीजी की बातें बहुत करते हैं, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स, जो 17 गोल्स डिसाइडेड हैं। आप भारतीय ग्राम और भारतीय परंपराओं को देखें तो जो सभी 17 गोल्स हैं वो हमारे परंपराओं में कहीं ना कहीं पहले से ही सम्मिलित है। अभी आप देखिए, जब पेड़ पत्तों को रात को तोड़ने से मनाही हो, पर्यावरण हो, जलचर थलचर नभचर, सभी का सम्मान, पर्यावरण का सम्मान कहीं ना कहीं हमारी परंपराओं में पहले से सम्मिलित है। अभी विकास का जो परिवेश है, विकास को हम पश्चिमी सभ्यता के चश्मे से देख रहे हैं। भारतीय परिवेश में विकास की एक नई परिभाषा की आवश्यकता है, जो हमें हमारी परंपराओं को वापस लेकर जाए, परंपराओं तक वापस लेकर जाए, क्योंकि हमारी परंपराएं कहीं ना कहीं पहले से ही विकसित थी। अभी विकास का मतलब सभी के हाथ में फ़ोन हो, सभी के पास इंटरनेट का एक्सेस हो, सब टीवी देख रहे हैं, बस विकास कहीं ना कहीं वहीं तक सीमित रहकर रह गया है। तो आपके हिसाब से विकास की क्या नई परिभाषा होनी चाहिए जो भारतीय परिवेश में अच्छे से फिट बैठे, और उसको कैसे हमें अपने जीवन में ला सकते हैं? जी धन्यवाद।
That's what I defined earlier itself. Sukhasya moolam dharmaha, dharmasya moolam ardhaha. So the integration of sukha, dharma and economy. This is what today's entire discussion is. So the economy should be based on our ethics, our values, our culture. Culture should not be eliminated from economics. In 1951, UN resolution has brought out stating that the countries who got independence during those times in 1947, 1948 until 1950, those countries have to follow one size fits all formula, that is US model or USSR model. And they said in this resolution itself, the native cultures should be eliminated for the development of their own countries. So elimination of native cultures means India has to eliminate its temple, India has to eliminate its family system, India has to eliminate its festivals, and we have to adopt Mother's Day, Father's Day, Lovers' Day, those days. Actually, entire economy is based on our festivals, our temple, our dharma. So that is what missing in UN resolution 1951, and the same UN says after COVID-19, each and every country has to follow their own sustainable models. That is what SDG now. To change UN resolution and to understand UN itself took another 60 years. But we are well understood since beginning from our birth, that is the economy is lying in our dharma and our happiness is lying in our dharma. So dharma is the only way to sustain societies, not only our societies, entire globe. Removing dharma is only anarchy.
I will address the same answer from a slightly different aspect. There are two fundamental questions that will decide the answer to this problem. One is your consumption basket and the other is social prestige. Society runs on the consumption basket. Our consumption basket comes from TV, and our TV propagates a consumption basket which determines the mind of the youngsters. You may talk to them about dharma, they will not understand, because they are living that life which is coming from the TV. One important step that the government has now taken with these Starlinks and waves, they are going to reach out to large swathes of the country with through the TV medium. But the problem will still remain. What is the sustainable consumption basket that India has to live by, and how to indigenize it, integrate it with our culture? And it will not catch fire as long as it does not have prestige. Lingamurthy ji brought out, how a person can earn huge amounts of money just, working alongside the temple, even though he has filled 10th. But his son will not go for that because the social prestige is not there. When I was a young boy, social prestige was there with a school teacher, especially in the villages. So therefore, although they earned few hundred rupees, not even 100 rupees, because of the prestige, the best brains worked in the village and they imparted education. Now that man no longer wants to be a school teacher. He is a college professor because social prestige is here. It is with engineers, it is with doctors. So where you invest your social prestige, that will decide the future of the society, not lectures, not analysis. These issues are well understood, but we have shifted the locus of social prestige. That way, you see, this new government has done some very good work. When you look at the Padma Bhushans and these awards, that's a very great contribution. But the true essence of that will be achieved when it percolates to the minds of the masses. If something catches the minds of the masses, it becomes a force in itself. So therefore, that is something that has to be worked out through movements. We had a Swadeshi movement which was going very strong. But because of a confusion, it has now slowed down. And the confusion is that we expect the government to do everything. That is wrong. The government has to do its job, which involves technological parity for strategic purposes, which involves a certain line of development that is aligned with the global market. But the movement has to do its own job. So we require to revive our own indigenous movement, which will refocus social prestige in the grassroots level to a way of life that involves a certain consumption basket. That alone will help us to reach into a future, and the government will provide an umbrella. Its work is to hold an umbrella where the society rebuilds itself. So this is, thank you.
Mahodaya, there is one more last question. Could you please take?
Namaste, sir. Myself, Kailash. My question is on the solution which Sandeep Singh sir have given to us, that visiting temples in large number will definitely bring some change, because my question is the revenue which is being generated by the visitors, the bhaktas who go to the temples, few governments which doesn't even believe in God they are misusing the revenue generated through the temples, which is the subset of the temple economy. How can we control this? How can we avoid such activities done by the government? Because we visiting temples will directly or indirectly give a good revenue to the temples, which in specific condition, like the temples under endowment boards, they will again misuse the revenue generated to the temples. And how can this be controlled?
Very simple. We'll have to see to it that the government is thrown out of the mandirs as early as possible. As simple as that.
Yes. With that question, we end the question answer session. And before the concluding remarks, I would like to make a few announcements.
We made some posters on various things and we displayed here. Kindly have a look on those posters, understand it, and relevant literature is also placed here. We have another counter in Sampradaya Vedika also, similar counter. So relevant literature is also available, because whatever we do, we need adhyayana first. Then we can go into action. So have a good adhyayana, then start. Even in research we say, first you do your literature study, then come to do anything. So my suggestion to all youngsters who are here, start reading, then you can go into some action.
Namaste, just a little announcement. Since there are a lot of researchers and academicians here, if you are interested in research and writing, please do contact us. Samvid Kendra that Rahul ji already mentioned, and there is also a Dakshinapada studies. You can refer to the websites also, dakshinapada.com, and there's a lot of books on display here. We publish a lot of books in the name of Samvid Prakashan, which is a affiliated organization along with Samvid Kendra. So Hindu eShop has come and displayed a lot of books. You can also refer to samvidprakashan.com as well as hindueshop.com. So please look at all the books. You can order online, and you can also please buy, read, and get others to also read. Yeah.
So,
So my book is in 2 volumes, Temple Economics Volume 1 and A Decade for Mandir. That's Volume 2. The copies got exhausted yesterday. So you can, you have option to order online at Hindu eShop, or leave your number. They will get in touch with you when they get the book, or you can ask me, whichever.
I just repeat what Sri Sandeep ji has told. The book that's authored by him, both the volumes, Temple Economics, we ran out of stock, so they are not available here right now, but you can order them online on Hindu eShop, or leave your number with the volunteers here, and they will get back to you and they'll send you a copy. Thank you. With this, we come to an end to this session, this wonderful, scintillating session. Yes. Before that, we would like to felicitate our guests and